My name is Katie Wilson. I'm the Executive Director at Close to Home. Close to Home's mission is to ensure everyone has a place to call home in San Antonio and Bexar County, but we do this in a unique way. It's by bringing all of our partners together to create plans, policies, and programs that help everyone experiencing homelessness, because we know there's no one organization that can do this work alone. Our diversion program started back in 2020, and we were worried about the spread of COVID-19 in our shelters, and so they temporarily had to close, but we needed an option for families who were seeking shelter and seeking help, and that's where we built out this diversion program to say, how can we quickly divert people back to a stable situation? So that could be paying a utility bill, paying first month's rent to move into new housing. It could be paying for groceries for a month if food insecurity was the main cause. But what we found was that it was so successful in helping to quickly rehouse and support our families that it needed to continue beyond the pandemic. So the term diversion means to quickly divert people from homelessness, and so it's exactly what it sounds like. We're making sure that we're talking through all of the options somebody has to find stable housing again, a permanent situation, instead of having to go through shelter, go through the whole process of getting back into housing that can take months sometimes. We're saying, how can we quickly get you into a stable situation and provide those supports? We've also found it's a much more cost-effective way to address homelessness, where we always have the right program based on somebody's needs. You have to think about the position these families are in. They have young children that they're looking out for. They receive an eviction notice. They have nowhere to go. And so often they're calling our Homeless Connections hotline or showing up at a shelter for help. Not sure what their options are, and also in this crisis state where it's really difficult to think about what could they do, how could they stabilize again. And that's where this program really comes in to say, you don't have to enter homelessness, we can help quickly divert you back into a stable situation.
I am DW, and I am the Director of Policy and Planning at Close to Home. Diversion helps families avoid homelessness. Diversion is a program that genuinely saves lives. In 1 year alone at Close to Home, we were able to divert 277 families from homelessness. As somebody with lived experience who has gone through the system and has really utilized a lot of resources to save their lives, I can say firsthand that diversion really saves people from ending up on the streets. I can share a story of a family here at Close to Home that diversion was specifically able to help. A story that touched me that's very similar to my own. We had a single mom who had 7 children. Her children were separated because her older children were able to sleep with her in her car, but her younger children did need to go stay with family members. As a single mom, you can imagine that there's a lot of different stressors in life. One, your kids. No matter what you're doing, where you are, no matter how old your kids are, you are always going to worry about your kids. We had a mom with 7 children, separated, no place to go. She did find an apartment. She was able to maintain this apartment, but there was one thing getting in the way: a deposit. Diversion was a program that was able to unify her children. We paid the $1,900 for her direct deposit. What that was able to do was get her into a home with all of her children. This is incredibly important. Nobody wants to be separated from their siblings. Nobody wants to be separated from their mom. I think that's something that we could all agree about.
This community support will mean that we're able to help 50 family households end their homelessness before it starts. That is going to keep kids in school, it's going to keep all of these households stabilized, and it's going to allow our homeless response system to continue serving people with higher needs that we're also working on so that we can ultimately end homelessness for all. We've had a lot of successes in our 10 years at Close to Home. We effectively ended veteran homelessness in 2016 by having a housing option for every veteran that we identified in our community. We've built out systems for youth and young adults, aging out of foster care. We've expanded permanent supportive housing to help people living with disabling conditions. And all of this is done through the collaboration and learning from each other, and then really developing concrete plans and agreeing on outcomes so that we're working as one unified system. That's the secret to our success at Close to Home. I believe that everybody deserves a safe place to call home, and we're going to work together, Close to Home and all of our partners, to make that a reality.